Hi guys, this is Dr. Farjana. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Like always, it's such an honor to connect with you. Today I want to talk about identifying your autopilot modes when you're dealing with people in need, your loved ones, and when you're making plans. This particularly applies to individuals who struggle with codependent tendencies, who are empaths, who struggle with setting boundaries when it comes to those sore spots, right? So what do you do? How do you basically how do you set those boundaries and still be there for people? That's basically it. How do you set those boundaries and still be there for people, right? So step one, I'm going to share this simple strategy. Number one is identify and write this down. What is my autopilot mode with people in need, loved ones, and making plans? So ask yourself, do I make decisions at the expense of my needs? Do I listen to people and listen to other people's problems and forget about my actual routines? Do I just go in autopilot mode and start helping when it comes to loved ones and forget about all other priorities in my life? So really identifying what is your autopilot mode when it comes to people in need. That's number one. With autopilot mode with your loved ones, and what is your autopilot mode when you're making plans with loved ones, friends, and other people. Identify it clearly. What are your autopilot modes? Next, remind yourself that you can help people. Of course, you can be there for people, but you're not a trash can that people can just unload on. You're not a trash can where people can just go, okay, dump their problems into. No, you're not. And you need to really, really understand that, because absorbing all of the negativity isn't going to help you either, right? Absorbing all the negativity won't help you either. It's going to affect your immune system. It's going to affect your state. It's absolutely going to affect your state. You're carrying it with you then, because everyone's unloaded on you now. And now, what are you supposed to do with it? What are you supposed to do? Now you're going to take some time over there and just process it as well. Again, it's okay to be there for people. Absolutely okay to be there for people. But you have to have those boundaries. You have to set those boundaries. So I'm going to share some simple ways you can set those boundaries. Number one, tell yourself, when loved ones or people in need come to express their concerns, hey, I'm so sorry you're feeling this way. Do you want me to just listen? Do you want me to give you some advice? Do you want me to validate? What do you want? What do you need? And then if it becomes, and then you do what you need to do. And then when it becomes excessive, you can say, you can follow up with your therapist to explore this in depth, right? Maybe you should start seeing a therapist so you can explore this in depth. So again, you're being there, but you're also giving a long-term solution for them. And this can get very blurry when it comes to a partner, right? Because you live with a partner, and the partner may complain often. And this is where the boundaries need to be really, really clarified. Like, hey, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I would feel upset too, and really, angry with the situation. But I guess you should follow. You definitely need to follow up with your therapist and explore this in depth and see what the therapist is saying, and maybe become consistent with that so you can really process those emotions regularly, and really saying it. Sometimes we feel like we have to just sit there and take it because we're a wife or a husband or whatever role you're playing, a daughter. Sometimes we feel like we have to just sit there and just take it and take it and take it and take it. No, we don't. No, we don't. Absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. Not at the expense of what you may be going through. So again, really sitting there and saying to yourself, wait a second, I can actually tell this person, hey, I'm here for you. I get it. I know you're going through this. And But maybe to find that long-term resolve, you need to start seeing your therapist regularly. Yeah, something to say. So again, identify those autopilot modes. One of those could be where you feel like you have to just always listen to people's problems, right? Listen and deal with their emotional states. No, you don't. No, you don't. That could have been something that you've been programmed to do. So really, really, really step back and look at those autopilot modes that you've been programmed and locked into. Next, when you're making plans with loved ones, you're making plans with friends, ask yourself, does this work for me as well? Does this work for me fully? Right? Does this work for me fully? So it's not like partially, because then again, you can be sacrificing a lot of your needs or wants that you want to do for that day. So ask yourself, does this work for me fully? And last, ask yourself, wait a second. Have I completed my routines? So I can be there for people, but it cannot be at the expense of what I need to do, like exercising for the day, reading my books, meditating, whatever you do, watching your favorite shows.